we're joined by Debra Martin. As many will know, she was a police officer on the day there. Debra, thanks very much for being with us, or inviting us to you, I should say. Your memories of that day, particularly, I know you talk about police officers being rooted to the spot with fear, and the fans.
Everything, there was a lot going off that day. It was absolutely horrific on the pitch when I did get there. I recollect seeing some of my own team from Echo 2, that's Woodseats Police Station. They seemed to stand out more than anybody. Everyone worked as a team, but again, there were officers who were just stood doing nothing. I think this was all down to shock, and on top of that, not being trained to deal with, you know, such a big thing that was occurring. And
chaos, command and control had gone.
Chaos. I mean, no radios worked. We had to do our own initiative. You either did it by yourself or, as I say, you did it as a group effort. But mainly everything, it was just a mad, mad time. It was horrific what I did see and had to deal with. Right. It was
and the fans angry at what was going on.
Absolutely, but in all that turmoil and everything that was occurring, it was the fans that stand out for me. Because they fought tooth and nail to help police officers. Now, these are people who've been labelled as drunk and disorderly. I can actually say to this very day that they were not drunk and disorderly on that pitch. They were tearing billboards down with their hands. They were trying to pull the fencing down with their hands. Police officers were, but again, there were police officers who were just stood doing nothing.
Well, let's talk now about the cover-up. You were very much a victim of that, the police cover-up as a police officer. What happened?
It was horrible the way I was treated. I was always a good officer. I did everything to the best of my ability. Then to suddenly find that I was no longer with South Yorkshire Police, and then it was a trail of hate, because there was I, out of hundreds of police officers, who was willing to come forward and tell the truth.
And you were told to shut up about Hillsborough?
I was told to shut up about Hillsborough. Constantly in interviews, all I've heard over the last 27 years is constantly a barrage against my good name, right. Which to me, I feel as though South Yorkshire Police have ruined. There's black on my name.
Indeed. And to move things forward to the events of the last 24 hours, they say the police force here now in South Yorkshire should be disbanded. Should it?
I agree entirely. South Yorkshire Police have given themselves a bad name. It's all right trying to have other people blamed for what they've done, i.e. myself, but at the end of the day, they were aware of the situation. They've done this cover-up for the last 27 years. They've made people, the 96, suffer. They've made myself suffer and have nightmares and be tortured by Hillsborough. Out of it all, they should be disbanded. They should no longer be called South Yorkshire Police. They can relabel them, but at the end of the day, I think people...
And held to account by the law.
Held to account, exactly. They can't get away with it. They cannot get away with it. They can relabel them, but how they relabel, I have no idea.
Right, well, we'll see what happens with that.
Exactly.
Debra Martin, who was there on the day and still telling her view and her view of the truth about it, even tonight.